Okay, so let's go on to. You guys ready?
Maybe.
Are you ready?
Depending on who's coming.
Oh, it's your guy. He plays for the LA Rams. We're going into the wide receiver position.
Wait, is that someone from the Rams?
No. We're wide receiver. Wide receiver position. We're gonna go start that man. We got Van Jefferson. Start that man.
Yeah, I mean,
the Vans.
Is this a flex play? Is this like a sneaky play? This is almost
dude,
like
I got some
play.
breaking news. Can you drop? What's the breaking news drop?
I think I know what it is.
Oh my God, what is the breaking news drop? What do you want it to be?
I don't know. Just do it.
I like turtle.
My fingers hurt.
There you go. My fingers hurt. What's the breaking news?
Breaking news: the Cleveland Browns cut Odell Beckham Jr.
Good. Get out of here.
I read Friday morning. Is it Friday morning right now?
Well, it says breaking news: Browns to cut OBJ. Browns reportedly agreed to release star wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. So,
and just like that, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Don't care.
So he'll go to waiver. He'll go to the real life waiver wire and see what will happen there. But yeah, there's the Odell Beckham Jr. cut from the Cleveland Browns. That experiment didn't work. You know, I think we were saying it all along. You know, it's kind of like a fart. If you got to force it, it's shit. I feel like they were just trying to force it with Odell, and it just wasn't working out. So hopefully, maybe Odell can land somewhere and be more productive. He'll probably end up on the Chiefs, right? Let's just call it right now, right?
Yeah, he'll end up on the Chiefs.
He'll end up on the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's Odell.
Yeah.
The guy's not very good.
Yeah. All right, but yeah.
Okay.
Let's get back to that. Start that man.
Start that man. Van Jefferson.
Yeah, Van Jefferson. Deshaun Jackson, he gone too.
Oh, yeah, Deshaun Jackson out of here.
That's a good call. So I mean, that's just more playing time with Van Jefferson. I think I know it's the last 2 weeks for sure. He's above 80% snaps. And I want to say it's the last 3 weeks he's above 80% snaps. Deshaun Jackson was kind of eating into those snaps. I mean, since week 3, he's averaged 5.2 targets per game. I know that's not a huge amount of targets, but they do take deep shots to him. I mean, he was I think it was like a half a yard or a yard away from a touchdown last week, which would have been 3 for 88 and a touchdown, which changes his outlook. 6 red zone targets in the last 6 weeks. I mean, it wasn't too long ago where the Rams had – they still had Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and then you had Brandon Cooks in the mix. You were able to start all 3 of these guys. I mean, maybe they're kind of going back towards that, 3 receiver type of set, building some of that in there. None of us really like Higbee at this point. So, and then Tennessee is literally the worst pass defense or best pass defense, however you want to look at it, for the receiver position. So, I want someone who has some big playability in him, has a quarterback that could throw in this game upward 3 or more touchdowns. Give me a shot at Van Jefferson in this matchup with the potential upside. It's a little bit more of a deeper receiver play, but he's kind of, to me, I think he's a potential home run pick where he goes out there, gets 4 for 85 and a touchdown, something like that.
Yeah, maybe like a DFS play. Maybe if you want to join and use the Underdog Fantasy Football app and use promo code AVG, you'll get $100, and then you draft Van Jefferson. Maybe.
Yeah, and that's, kind of just looking at some DFS plays, that's what kind of got me on to Van Jefferson this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Sneaky boy. You know what else is sneaky? Subscribe. You to start that man. Sorry, bro. Got you.
No, you're good. I'm on my phone, so I got to pull up everything. No,
you're good. Well, here, I'll do.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I got it.
Rashod Bateman, the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver. There's been a lot of hype on it. Your boy over here, as a Steelers fan, I can't really get behind it because he does play for the Baltimore Ravens, and I just can't see a situation where I'm excited about Lamar Jackson and the wide receiver he's throwing to. Marquise Brown kind of told me to eat my words, though, so I will say there is that as somewhat of a I don't know. What do you want to say? But yeah, why? Why are you starting that, man?
I'm kind of picking receivers who are not in your top. You could say consensus 24, even top consensus 30, to say the least. These guys are a little bit outside the top 30. Injured to start the year. He got activated technically with the bye week 3 weeks ago. 6 targets in both those games. And it comes down to kind of the matchup that you look that they have there. Rashod Bateman's lined up against Patrick Peterson, who's a plus matchup, giving up 16 points per game. But then you have Rashod Breeland, who's been a pretty good cornerback for years on end. He's actually lined up to go against Marquise Brown in this matchup. So Rashod Bateman, I think you could say he's in line for maybe another 6-7 targets in this game. You know, Tyler brought up the stat off air that Lamar Jackson, what was his deep ball percentage? It was up there.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson has a better deep ball percentage than Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady combined.
So his deep ball's gotten a little better.
So Marquise Brown.
Not combined, but he has better completion percentage.
Did I say
That's
combined,
pretty
right?
crazy,
We're
actually.
joking around, yeah.
That's a good stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
crazy.
Minnesota's 27th against the pass. So, I mean, he has the weaker of the two corners. He was a first round pick, right?
Yeah.
Or sorry, yeah, he was a first round draft pick. So, like I said, I just like kind of this is some guy I was looking at like in the DFS plays, like kind of someone you could spend a little money on. And I like the matchup. I like the cornerback matchup. You got to like the quarterback with the way he's been playing lately because they can't run the ball, so he's having to throw the ball because the way they changed the offense. So, Rashod Bateman, I like it.
Yeah. All right. You sold me. I'm starting them now. Just kidding. Let's
Start
go.
over Ernest Jesse. Ernest Jesse.
Nerdist. Let's go on to the next one here. Oh my God. Can we just talk about this guy more? We got KADARIUS TONEY.
You started him even after the down game on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, I think I'm still down to start KADARIUS TONEY. I think I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I'm just like a KADARIUS TONEY truther. When I watch the tape on this guy, it's pretty gross. Pretty gross in a good way.
Like nasty gross?
Like so nasty.
I mean, yeah, you see these college highlight tapes. It says human joystick. That's the name of the video. And that's basically what he is.
Going up against the Raiders, it is a little bit tougher, but I still have belief in KADARIUS TONEY. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and read all these stats out to you, but I will tell you, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a believer. I'm starting him in all the leagues I have him in. I just believe in KADARIUS TONEY and the boom capabilities of this man. Shifty guy.
I mean, yeah, you got Kenny Galladay still out. Sterling Shepard got hurt again, so he's going to be out. So, it's basically
him and Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton and KADARIUS TONEY. And, if they want to move the football, I think it'd be best for the Giants to try to get the football into this guy's hands.
Yeah, you have like Evan Ingram, but it's just not – it's not sexy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going with it. I'm starting KADARIUS TONEY. I'm staying true to him, even after the down week on Monday Night Football. So, yeah. That game was ugly in general.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah. Danny Dimes was like dinking and dunking the whole game. I don't know what yeah.
He's back to being Dimes.
Yeah.
It's because they got the old Cowboys coach. Let's go on to the next one here. We got Start That Man. It's Jarvis Landry. I mean, I will say, just like off the top of my head, Jarvis Landry just does really well without Odell, right? I mean, we've looked into the stats. It's pretty the whole team does better, right?
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. But Baker's, efficiency, his QBR, how well he plays goes up when Odell's not on the field.
Yeah.
And, obviously Landry, his targets go up pretty good too when Odell's on the field. So like I said, breaking news, Odell Beckham Jr. expected to be released by the Cleveland Browns. So I love Jarvis Landry in this matchup, especially in PPR leagues. He gets a boost. I mean, the Bengals have allowed 220 completions to the wide receiver position. That's the most in the NFL. So that boasts well for a guy like Landry, who is a PPR machine. The Bengals have also allowed the 7th most receiving yards to wide receivers. So, yeah, no Odell Beckham Jr. there. Obviously, you got Donovan Peoples-Jones. You got the rookie Anthony Schwartz out of Auburn. But, who's going to be the go-to guy in the passing game? To me, it's Landry still for the Cleveland Browns here. So, yeah, I do like Jarvis Landry this week. I'll be getting my lineups if I could.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry is definitely someone I'm flexing in a couple leagues. So, I'm with that. Start that man, Jarvis Landry.
I like it.
Yeah, you do? Well, guess what?
I like it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. We got my boy Chase Claypool. Well, there we go. Sorry. Sorry.
Start that man.
Yeah,
Chase
start
Claypool.
Yeah, start that
That's
man.
another good buy low candidate, in my opinion. I don't know how
Yeah.
you guys feel. Would you be trying to trade for Chase Claypool? if you know you could get him?
100%.
Obviously, dude, you're a Steelers fan.
100%. No, I'm not.
Let's ask the non-Steeler fan. Anthony, would you, if you could make a move for Claypool, would you be trying to acquire him or?
No. I mean, it depends on the price.
Yeah.
PPR leagues?
so
No,
it's-
you could buy him low. That's the deal. That's what you're getting. Listen.
Well, I'm saying depending on like what they would.
Yeah, I think you could buy Claypool low. That's why I bring it up, you know?
Since Juju's left, he's lined up in the slot more. He's been the guy that's out there on pretty much every snap. Last week, his snap count was 97%. Deontay Johnson, 92. Okay? All it takes is – and Chase Claypool is a big body. This guy can – all it takes is one big play, and, he can take one of these underneath slants, take it to the house. He does line up on the outside some still, but – obviously, it's not as much. But I just think that Chase Claypool has the opportunity, especially in PPR leagues, to be, since Juju left, it's helped. Eric Ebron's about to not play again, so it's literally, you got Deontay Johnson, but that's kind of like the deeper threat. And then you have Chase Claypool, you have Pat Freiermuth, and then Najee Harris. James Washington isn't consistent enough. And then you got Ray McLeod, but he's over here. He's busy, dude. He's got to return these punts. Okay? So what are you left with? Chase Claypool's your guy. He's like the most consistent guy. I would say as far as wide receivers on the offensive side, like yeah, as opposed to the wide receivers on the defensive side. Good one, Michael.
I'll give you the reason why I would, and not saying I could be wrong on this and you could be right, but I mean he's not getting he's not getting those deep plays and those bombs. They're not running the same. It's a new coordinator from last year. They're not running the.
Yeah, it's Matt Canada.
Yeah, he's not getting those same type of targets, those high big play targets like he was last year. I mean, he's got 2 touchdowns on the year. Just the last 2 weeks, 5 targets and 7 targets. It's turned into a total of 63 yards. He's getting a lot of these smaller or shorter routes, which is not what he needs to be who he needs to be. And I mean, Deontay Johnson's the clear-cut one. You have Najee Harris, who sees a good amount of targets, and you have Pat Freiermuth, who's Freiermuth?
Freiermuth.
Well, now he's a Freiermuth. Who's going to see his targets too as well. So I just don't like the upside of Big Ben's passing touchdown totals and yardage totals week to week. When Deontay is going to see his guaranteed, Najee's going to see some, and then also Pat Fire. I'm calling him Freiermuth. I don't give a crap. Is going to see his. So I mean,
Fryer.
I don't, like I said, I could be wrong on this, but I'm not really extra excited about Claypool the rest of the year.
Well,
I'm just breaking the case of why I'm not excited. I could be completely wrong, but that's just why.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like him in the slot. I think it works out. I think it works out well, especially in PPR leagues. I think he has a lot of opportunity, but that's just me. I'm saying start this man in this week. We got going up against the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears, pretty decent defense, but I like it.
Yeah, and he does. I think he has the best cornerback matchup of the 3 this week. So
Yeah.
it's give him a little bit of a boost this week.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next wide receiver position. Are we sitting that boy? Are we starting that man? We're starting that man. We got Hunter Renfrow. Obviously, we're talking the Henry Ruggs situation. So now you got Hunter Renfrow. Is he about to light it up or what?
I mean, yeah, I like Hunter Renfrow. I feel like I talk about Hunter Renfrow every single week when we do the waiver wire, but it's just because, these are players, especially when we talk about the waiver wire, like if they were on my waiver wire, I would be trying to acquire them. So when I always see Hunter Renfrow 50% available, 60% available, I'm just thinking like, what are people doing? And I get it. Obviously, maybe it's just PPR leagues, maybe some people are in standard leagues, half-point PPR, whatever it is, but Renfrow does make his bread and butter in the PPR format, kind of like a Jarvis Landry. I mean, the guy's been super safe floor. I mean, what more could you want out of a guy like Hunter Renfrow, who's your third wide receiver or your flex or your double flex? I mean, 10 or more PPR points in 6 of the 7 games. He had 5 or more receptions in all of those 6 games. Like I said, it's unfortunate what happened with Henry Ruggs, but those are targets that are going to need to be accounted for. Those are yards that are going to need to be accounted for. Obviously, you got Darren Waller there, who's going to be, a big factor in the passing game. But I'm not really sold on Bryan Edwards. I'm not really sold on Zay Jones and these guys, stepping in and just all of a sudden becoming more like alpha in terms of the wide receiver pecking order, especially when Hunter Renfrow's just been a, as we say, a lunch pail guy, a guy who just comes in, gets the job done. He's getting, he's not a big flashy name, but I would like to think that, Derek Carr would probably lean more on him now than ever, to move the football through the air. So if you like Derek Carr, you got to like some of the pass catchers there outside of Darren Waller, obviously. And Hunter Renfrow is the guy that I would be leaning on. And the New York Giants, they've actually allowed the 6th most receptions to wide receivers. So that's a good stat when, like I said, when you think of Hunter Renfrow and him being a PPR machine.
Yeah. I mean, if we were excited about Hunter Renfrow before Henry Ruggs was out, I mean, you just have to think.
Yeah.
You got to be excited now. We've been talking about Hunter Renfrow for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically
for PPR
like
leagues.
I mean, obviously, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, those guys were like top tier. But I want to say he's like a poor man's Julian Edelman. He's a poor man's Wes Welker. And
Cole Beasley.
Yeah. So
yeah, there you go.
He's just, I don't know why people sleep on him, but I actually just made a trade for Hunter Renfrow in a league, and I'm pretty hyped to get him in. It's a double flex league, but hey, it's my second flex. But like I said, my second flex, I just need a guy who's not gonna lose me my week. Like, hey, just give me a guy who can get me 10 plus points. I don't have to worry about it. Hunter Renfrow's that guy.
Yeah.
Start that man.
Yeah, I'll just throw in. I know you brought his name up. Like a deeper, just a wide receiver hold as Brian Edwards. He's had some plays that haven't showed up on the stat sheet because I know he had a touchdown callback as a penalty. He had a drop touchdown. It's just curious to see where his targets go with the loss of Henry Ruggs. Just someone I'm kind of stashing on my benches in some leagues. It's not a start. It's not a start, but I'm just saying as like a throw in.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get...
Shut up, Colin. They need to subscribe right here. Daddy was talking. Shut up, Colin. Listen, if you like that video, there's plenty more where that came from. Bang, 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 bang. Somewhere around here, maybe over there. But if you want to go check out the full episode, you can do it link down in the description below, the full audio podcast. Now, if you want to support the channel, go ahead, subscribe, and also go check out Underdog Fantasy. If you use promo code AVG right now with Underdog Fantasy for their DFS app, you can get up to $100 matching your first deposit. So if you put $50 in, they'll match $50. If you put $100 in, they'll match $100. That's a lot of monies. It's really good monies. Take advantage of it. Use promo code AVG right meow. And Colin, don't ever show up on my channel ever again. Okay? Or else Daddy's gonna be angry.